I can't tell with the live feature, so hold on a second. Let's see. The problem with YouTube streaming is that there's like a long delay before it starts. We are live. Yeah, buddy. Allow me to paint a scenario for you. You are a father. You're home with your daughter, 13 years old, and you say, you know what, honey, I'm going to run to the store. I'll be back in 15 minutes. You go to the store, you get stuck at a light, you buy what you need to buy, you come back, and there's a car you don't recognize in your driveway. You think, what's that? You come inside your house, you say, honey, you go up to her room, you hear noise in the closet, you open the closet door, and there is a full grown man hiding in your daughter's closet. And it turns out that this man is a sex offender. Now, we are about to watch the parole revocation of just this man who was found hiding in this 13-year-old girl's closet. Now, he tells the parole board that he was just there because he had to get a car seat for his relative who had a baby 3 months early. They needed that car seat. Do you believe the story? Will the parole board revoke his hearing? Was he driving 2 hours away just to pick up this car seat? Well, we're about to find out. And with that, let's jump in.
I understand. Okay, number 13, violating your sex offender contract. You pled not guilty.
Right. I had a reason for being down there. My niece lived with these people. The girl, the house for and what me and her had sexual relations before. We've been knowing each other. Understand what I'm saying? I never had a problem with going to these people's house or nothing like that. I was under the assumption going down there getting a car seat for my niece because she had a handicapped baby that was born.
I understand. We have all that.
This was her room.
We have all that information in our records that you were supposedly in a closet, hiding in a closet, looking for the bottom of or part of the car seat or whatever. I understand all that. We have all that. It's still a violation of your sex offender contract and the special conditions of your parole. All right, let's hear from, we have two speakers. Let's hear from your niece. I guess that's is it Miss Rice? Would you unmute your microphone, ma'am?
Yes.
Go ahead, ma'am. What would you like us to know?
I was the reason why he was down there getting the car seat.
Right. You had just given birth. Right.
Ma'am?
You had just had a baby.
Yes, I had my baby in August, and he was in the hospital. He was born at 5 months, and he went down there and got the car seat for me and everything. But they removed the car seat from out the closet where he was looking for it, and they put it in a different closet. No wonder he couldn't find it.
Okay. All right. Thank you, ma'am. And we'll hear from Ms. Sharon Williams. Miss Sharon, would you unmute your microphone?
Sorry, I was on mute.
Yeah. Excuse me. I'm not trying to, disappoint anyone, but I'm supposed to also been in the hearing as well for the speech.
I see you there. We'll get to you, Mr. Rice. Stand by. Go ahead, Miss Williams.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. I just want to talk on behalf of who Michael is. He was there only for the car seat bottom. He has done exceptionally well out here. He's kept a job. He's paid his fees. He's went to his counseling. He's done everything that he was supposed to do. The reason, you already know the reason why he was there for his niece. It was when his sister died, he had promised his sister that he would look after her kids, her girls. And that he was the only one that could go down there to get the bottom of the car seat. He did not know that she was there. He's a good man. We've got so much. We own a trailer now. He has a vehicle. He owns another car. I don't even know where to begin to let you know that he's not a bad person. He didn't do anything to her. He would never, ever do anything to her. I mean, I'm just begging you just to please. I don't know. He didn't do anything to her. He did not. He was really only there for the car seat bottom. And I don't know nothing else to say except for he wishes 1,000 times over that he would have never went there. But he didn't do anything to the girl. He didn't. I know you're saying he violated it, but if you could please just look at who he is now as a man. And this was 28 and a half years ago. I don't know.
Thank you, ma'am. I know this is difficult for you. We appreciate you sharing your thoughts. Mr. Willie Rice?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. What would you like us to know?
Yes, I would like y'all to know that although things are the way they may seem to be, a lot of times when you have a heart and you believe that things are tried and true, a lot of stuff that we have witnessed and learned in this lifetime is that actions always speak louder than words. A lot of times we make mistakes and have faults in life. But one thing that is clear, my brother's record clarifies the fact that he is a good, genuine, honest American citizen. He has learned from his past faults. The past faults that he has, he was accused falsely. Now, he may have been in a situation where he wasn't supposed to be, but he was under the intention of helping a loved one. And he had no idea that he was going to be going into a situation where this young lady was home alone. Anyone in that situation could have been caught up in the fact and the matter of things that took place at that time. So what we're asking y'all is to not be so fervent and the knowing that you're saying he violated these speculations and things like that, and that y'all just please have some mercy. Just give him a chance. He hasn't been out trying to manipulate the system. He came out into the world and he prospered, and he was still prospering. Right before this situation took place, he was beginning to work a new job at the mill. He was only climbing higher. He wasn't trying to ruin his life with dealing with something like a child, man. Will you all please just look at the fact besides the point that he violated this and he violated that, but it was a mistake. It wasn't intentionally done. It was a mistake. That's what it was. And we're hoping that you all can be lenient and not so vigorous to say, well, you did this. And we know you did it on purpose when we can't say that because it was a mistake. He had a purpose and a reason for going where he was going. And that's why he went, trying to help our niece, because she wasn't able to help herself and there was no one else that could do so. And the parents were always there. The man that was there, the woman and the man was always there. So he didn't know that they were not going to be there.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Rice. Thank you, Mr. Rice. We hear what you're saying. We appreciate it. Let me ask Mr. Michael Rice, is there a brief statement you'd like to make to us to wrap it up?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Like I say, ma'am, you know, my brother was saying, just look at the facts. I haven't done anything. All I was doing was trying to help my niece. That's it. Excuse me. I was just trying to go down there and get the car seat. I had no idea this girl would be there by herself. This guy came back. What it was, man, I went in the closet, he pulled a gun on me. Me and the guy never really got along. I've been around these people, man. I never had no intentions of doing anything bad. I'm not a predator or nothing like this. Ma'am, I was just doing a favor for my niece. I'm just asking y'all to please just give me another chance back at my freedom. I haven't done anything wrong. I was out there almost 8 years doing good. I didn't do nothing wrong. I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, man. The charges was dismissed. They didn't prove nothing. Okay, I know what the conditions said, the special conditions, this and that, but that could happen to anybody. I'm asking you to please find it in your heart. Please. I haven't done any crime or nothing.
Mr. Rice, when you learned that the girl was there home alone, why didn't you just turn around and walk away?
Ma'am, it's 2 hours away. My niece needed the car seat. It's 2 hours away.
Okay, I hear you.
I was already there.
All right, thank you. I would like to ask my board members for an executive session to discuss confidential matters.
Second. I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. I see that Mr. Roche does concur. So folks, just stand by for a moment. We're going to be in executive session for just a couple of moments to discuss confidential matters.
So it's actually quite a bit of a way, but we'll fast forward it. So it was, and I'll unpack this for you. It was like a 5-minute wait. I got to tell you, he starts off, he says, I'm there and this man shows up with a gun in my face. He never liked me. And it's like, you know, I guess you're lucky you're still alive, sir, because he could have pulled that trigger on that gun, and I'm sure that would have been completely justifiable under the law. Wow. The parole board does not even allow you to be around your own children. You think you can be found in a home hiding in a 13-year-old girl's closet? Anyways, let's go watch this and I'll spew a little more in a minute.
All right, I think we're all back in the room, and so we'll be back in regular session, and we're prepared to vote, and I'll be voting first. Mr. Rice? I read every all the details in the information that was provided to us in preparation for today. I do not believe that you're being entirely truthful with us this morning. And I do find you guilty of violating the conditions of your parole. So my vote today is to revoke your parole. Ms. Jackson?
All right. Likewise, sir, when you went to the house and the 13-year-old came to the door, and according to the information, she told you that her parents weren't home. I don't care if it was 5 hours away. You knew the restrictions that had been placed on you. She certainly could have brought the seat out to you without you having to go into that house and be in a closet in her bedroom. Don't. You never should have went in that house. You should have asked her to bring you out the car seat. And if she couldn't find it, then you should have turned around and left, because you know how serious your situation is. You know the restrictions that are placed on you. The board has previously been so concerned about you that they have prohibited you to have contact, unsupervised contact with your own children. And so, I find that you have violated the conditions of your release, Mr. Rice, and my vote today is for revocation.
Mr. Roche.
Mr. Rice, I find you guilty both of violating condition number 13 of your parole supervision contract and also violating your sex offender contract, which you signed in 2013.
Today, Mr. Rice, your parole's been revoked. That
So it's, I don't have, what is called?
And there you have it. And like I said, the parole board handled this just beautifully. I loved how Miss Renata throughout the hearing was just giving these snarky looks. And Miss Renata has her faults. I think we all, or most of us, agree that it's frustrating. Even more so, it's infuriating the way that she says "wrap it up" to survivors or victims. And there's certain other things, but I still think she's a national Louisiana treasure. The way she just looks at him, yeah, okay, and his supporters are talking, and she's like, okay, that's great, and it's, he's surrounded by enablers. It's absolute madness. Now, even if you want to play the game, like Miss Jackson said, that his niece had a baby a few months early, it's a surprise that they're at all of a sudden, they need to leave the hospital, and they're like, okay, well, we have the car seat, but we're missing the bottom. Where's the bottom? I need to leave the hospital. And then she calls her uncle, I can't, the bottom is I need to leave the hospital. He goes to be the superhero. He drives 2 hours away. I'm just saying, like, you want to play it out. But even then, like Miss Jackson said, he said, can you bring it out for me? But no, instead he's found hiding in a closet, and he plays it out like he's the victim. The man is sitting there pointing a gun at me. It's like, yeah. And you're lucky he didn't pull the trigger. Now, if you're wondering what he did, I see that in the chat. So he was convicted of this in 1995. I don't have the details. There's not, but this was what he was convicted of. I don't like saying things for YouTube nature, and this is what it means. And you can't be sentenced less than 5 years, no more than 40 years, because why would they want to sentence someone for more than 40 years? You know what I mean? For doing something like this, it's not person etching. So he gets paroled in 2013, and from what I see, and thank you, Richard, of course, for the info, it's my understanding that, and I could be wrong, but I'm looking at the chart here and I can't share it because, again, a YouTube thing, but it looks like in 2020 he gets charged for second-degree sexual assault. And that was for this situation. And then they dropped the charges. And that's why he was saying, I'm innocent. I didn't do anything. And the parole board is saying, well, you might be innocent. You didn't do anything, but you still violated your parole. Now, whether or not, we are so used to and accustomed to the DA dropping charges. And it's also possible the DA just said, we'll drop it because we know he's going to have to get in front of the parole board. But it's you just can't make it up. And he has his supporters. I don't know who's worse, the supporters or him. It's like, he was just getting the car seat. He's a good man. It's like, you're hiding in the closet of a why are you hiding in her bedroom? Hello? What? Richard, you want to join the live stream? I see Richard in the chat. Richard's been recording everything for you guys, for the channel, on his computer, because I, as you know, have been driving cross country, and I don't know how to, if we can all, I see Richard in the chat. Thank Richard and Lorraine. Because of Richard, we're able to grab the content. And on that note, I'm going to show you something on this channel that we don't normally show. We'll normally show it on Mandu too, but because we're doing a live stream, I'll make an exception. And it's also due to Richard bringing this to us. And I have to tell you, I've been wanting to cover this judge for a very long time because he is one of my favorites. And let's jump in.
If she wants to talk to me, that's fine. I mean, I'm ready to rule either way, but if she wants to say something, get right up to the podium. Go ahead. Your name, ma'am?
Tina Hansen.
All right, go ahead. What did you want to tell me?
Regarding the phone and having those privileges back, one, children being the most important, being able to speak to their father and be involved, especially with his grandchild on the way as well. The original claim that was made that he instructed me to do certain things that the prosecution had said that was done was incorrect. And that was why I think that maybe some emotions got brought up and the contempt sentence happened with the no.
Oh, I know exactly why the contempt happened. Because
Because
he acted a fool in the court.
what the
And
prosecution
disrespectful
was.
to not me, but this
Oh, yeah.
institution. That's why he got the contempt. That's not going anywhere.
No, I'm
But
saying
go ahead.
for my the emotional standpoint, when they said that he instructed me to email them, which was false. And that had never happened. So being
But
able,
ma'am, even if it had,
even if it had,
he
it still
should
wouldn't.
have told his attorney and not acted that way.
Oh,
in
absolutely.
this court.
Yes,
It's
no,
really as simple as that.
I'm not saying what was done was right at all by any means. I think that I would hope that he's learned his lesson from that, and to simply at least be able to talk to his children in the meantime, to at least have some sort of sanity during this process, and for them to be able to be a part of their dad's lives, even though they can't see him, is, I guess, my argument for trying to see if there's any consideration for that to happen.
So you're only up here to talk to me about the phone.
I could talk to you about everything if you wanted to.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a little bit of context, and we're actually going to then go back in reverse. There is footage of her man being physical against her, and now she's standing up in defense of him. And this judge, who's one of my favorites, and I don't know, I've never gotten an opportunity to show. This judge, I think he says everything that we have been feeling. But before we go to his mic drop and fast forward to this moment, we're going to go back and look at the actual footage that the judge is seeing himself. So we'll all get to see it. And again, thank you, Sir Richard. So Sir Richard says it's on the 3:19 mark. And if you guys like watching Judge Simpson, I know we normally do it on Mandu 1, but again, because I'm doing a live stream, I'm playing around a little bit. Also trying to get the algorithm up a little bit. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the algorithm hasn't been so friendly to the channel lately. But it is what it is.
But why wouldn't it be admissible? And to the extent, it seems to me what you're arguing is the weight that, you know where that's headed.
Yes,
Okay.
I've made my.
I note your objections. The video is admitted,
Both of them, Your Honor?
both of the videos, based upon.
Partly, I have the video hooked up to my HDMI. Oh.
Let's watch the video. Sir Richard, you're going to join the stream? I'll send you a StreamYard link. You can join. You can say hi.
Yeah, I published it like that.
Yes. This is video one.
So here's the video. I can't zoom in or anything, but it's on the left side. Whoa. Hello. Why can't anyone just have a good time? By the way, I lived in a big city, and I used to go out, and I woke up in the hospital once. I was sucker punched, and it's not fun. I woke up in the hospital bed, not even in the emergency room. They had me on the bed. They put me in the MRI machine, the whole thing. So we saw the now. If you can see here, there's someone coming up. It's all here. You guys see it? Thanks, Piglet. Well, yeah, you know, the algorithm, it gives it and it taketh away. I don't understand how it works, but I do appreciate the 2-0. Oh, that's a good point. I was driving through the toll booth. There we go. The video stopped, so I'll stop talking.
Your Honor, may I publish video too?
You may.
So I was driving through the toll booth, and the toll person gave me a 1974 silver dollar as change. And I'm like, wow. I Googled it, and I think they run for like $15, like minimum, like for standard ones. So I don't know. I won the lottery today. Yeah, Jesse. I actually felt bad. He asked if I had smaller change, and I said no, I only have a 20, and he seemed upset. And then he went and he gave me the singles and then the silver dollar, and I only processed it later. And when I was driving away, I would have let him keep it because I think I felt that he was sad that he had to give it away. Oh, it's rewind the video. Okay, let's see. This one? I'm doing it for you, Jesse. What's up, Glitter? Yo, Glitter dropped 100 memberships on Mandu 2 the other day. That was amazing. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it, Boo. I love collecting those coins. I have a little collection. Oh, you missed the fight? Okay, well, let's. So now it's outside. So he shoves him. He shoves him back. He's holding him. He's all. So that's the bouncers. He's the guy in the red sweatshirt. Oh, he shoves the bouncer. That's a smart one. Look at the guy sleeping in the corner there. He's like randomly taking a snooze. He's like totally missing out on this. They're all holding him up. Was it 3 bouncers? Yeah, he's such a tough guy. Meanwhile, I think he's on probation. Yeah, he's such a tough guy. Go do this on probation. And is that his girlfriend who's now, I think that's her right there. See? You know, and she's going to stand up and talk for him soon. Yep. There she goes. Oh, honey, don't worry. Oh, and there, wow. Oh, brilliant move. You're a real tough guy. Wow, you're a real tough guy. You saw that? Did you guys see that? She's going to stand up for him now. And you're going to hear what she says. And then the judge is going to drop a mic really harder than he dropped her. Oh, it does it again. Jerk. There's nothing. I just can't. What? They don't have a dress code? He's wearing shorts. Well, there you go. He does it again. I am pissed off. Who does that? And even the bouncers are pissed. He wouldn't be walking, yeah. I mean, it's just insane. I mean, he really threw her against a brick wall. And like the guy in that chair is still sleeping, I think. Yeah, he's so tough. He's such a tough guy. I agree. Thank heavens for this footage. And she still walks with him. Look at the guy. He's, you know, if he was carrying a weapon, I could just see him pulling it out right there. You see this stuff all the time. Does he come back? Or are they replaying the footage? There's a beat of the sleeping guy. Oh, God. I don't know, maybe that's a different angle they're looking at. I can't tell. I'm not doing anything. I'm just watching what they're doing. It's amazing quality footage, though. I can't wait for you to hear Judge Simpson's mic drop. I love him. It's Judge Simpson. I'm growing. Well, I don't know why my brain just went blank on. You all know which three judges I'm talking about, right? Oh, 20 memberships. Lori Loves Law. Thank you. I just saw that. Oh my gosh. That is so generous. Woo. Thank you, Lori. You know, I don't do lives, so this is fun. I get to say thank you in person. How do you guys feel about lives? I can't really do it because I'm alone and I'm traveling. I can actually do it. But, you know, at home, I have dad responsibilities. That's why I've set up the premieres. I'm in the chat, but it's different than, you know. Let's see what Judge Simpson says.
Cross-examination. All right, Ms. Wall, I just have one question.
Nothing further. That's awesome.
By the time they're outside, I see that the video is going up and down. You're manipulating where the camera is looking. Is that what's happening? Okay, that's what I just wanted to make sure that wasn't because of them moving or what you're saying, zooming forward. You were actually zeroed in on where they were. Okay, thank you. Any questions based upon the course?
Richard just said I was blocking the corner of the punch. I missed the grand finale, so thank you, Sir Richard, for catching that. Let's go back. I didn't see it, so let's go back and just play it, and I'll hide my big head. Here, I'll go here. I just moved. Christina caught it too. Where's the punch? So there he is. She's walking behind him because he's a real tough guy, you know? He's real tough. You see how tough he is? Ooh, oh my God, that was a left hook, right? Wow. You know, I think we got to give, I don't know, is it the club that saved the footage? And I mean, everyone did a great job preserving this evidence.
Cross-examination. All right, Ms. Ball, I just have one question. By the time they're outside, I see that the video is going up and down. You're manipulating where the camera is looking. Is that what's happening? Okay, that's what I just wanted to make sure that wasn't because of them moving or what you're saying, zooming forward. You were actually zeroed in on where they were. Okay, thank you. Any questions based upon the court's question?
No, Your Honor.
All right, you may step down, Ms. Ball. Thank you. Any additional witnesses for the people?
No, Your Honor.
Any witnesses for the defense? You may.
I love you see the sheriff, the in-court security, they don't look happy about that. This case is about, so I believe he violated probation by doing that because he's a real tough guy, you know? Let's see, 319. So we're going to fast forward back to Richard. Timestamps everything for me because, you know, he's Sir Richard. They call him Sir Richard for a reason. So we're going to go to where we started off from.
Right up to the podium. Go ahead. Your name, ma'am?
Tina Hansen.
All right, go ahead. What did you want to tell me?
Regarding the phone and having those privileges back, one, children being the most important, being able to speak to their father and be involved, especially with his grandchild on the way as well. The original claim that was made that he instructed me to do certain things that the prosecution had said that was done was incorrect. And that was why I think that maybe some emotions got brought up and the contempt sentence happened with the no.
Oh, I know exactly why the contempt happened. Because
Because
he acted a fool in the court.
what the
And
prosecution
disrespectful
was-
to not me, but this
Oh, yeah.
institution. That's why he got the contempt. That's not going anywhere.
No, I'm
But
saying
go ahead.
for my the emotional standpoint, when they said that he instructed me to email them, which was false. And that had never happened. So being able,
Thank you, Jay Dean. I didn't realize you're from Europe. That's a euro, right? Well, thanks so much. And I love that you said turtles. Thank you. All right.
Ma'am, even if it had,
it
he
still
should
wouldn't.
have told his attorney and not acted that way.
Oh,
in
absolutely.
this court.
Yes,
It's
no,
really as simple as that.
I'm not saying what was done was right at all by any means. I think that I would hope that he's learned his lesson from that, and to simply at least be able to talk to his children in the meantime, to at least have some sort of sanity during this process and for them to be able to be a part of their dad's lives, even though they can't see him, is I guess, my argument for trying to see if there's any consideration for that to happen.
So you're only up here to talk to me about the phone.
I could talk to you about everything if you wanted to.
Well, I don't know that you want to, ma'am, because I mean, if what Ms. Gaines read to me was your rendition of what occurred that night.
There was more that occurred that night that wasn't on video of me instigating and pulling, pushing.
Ma'am, I'm going to tell you what, and I really, people who are victims and survivors of I don't like to interrupt it, and I'd be more than happy to hear from you. But I'm going to tell you, it was real clear to me. I wouldn't care what you did. There was no reason for him ever to lay hands on you in that bar and push you. Never an excuse. I don't care what you did. And then once he's separated and people are trying to, I'm watching the security officers try to calm him down. And he's like some caged animal walking around with reference to you. I then see you come through the security because they talked to you before you did. He goes up to you. If you want to say he invaded, hold on a second. If you want to say you invaded his space, he had every opportunity to turn and leave. And instead, he pushes you. Now, ma'am, and please let me finish, because at that point, he could have been left. He could have extracted himself out of that situation.
She tried.
No, he did not, because I watched the two of you as you crossed Huron. You're talking to each other. It doesn't, and you know what, ma'am? And I don't like it where particularly women get up here and they start saying, I said something, I did this, I did that. You cross Huron with him. You then cross First Street with him. You're there talking, and then he just decides to punch you in the face. There is nothing, unless you want to tell me something where you had some weapon pointed at his head that gives him justification to do that. I've had my say, so I will let you speak.
Boom! That's a mic drop. That's a mic drop.
There is more to it. I understand where you're coming from, and you're seeing it a different way than I clearly lived through it and remember it very vividly. And I even told the police officers that night exactly what happened. I was never hit. The injury that they're
ma'am, I'm watching your face. I'm watching your face go down.
No, my whole body went down. I tripped. I was all over the place, Your Honor. I literally fell in the bathroom when I went to go throw up and busted my face on the toilet, but there's no cameras in there for that. I was extremely intoxicated. And as he's leaving, I'm following him.
Ma'am, are you telling me that on the corner of First and Huron, the last part of the video I see,
there's not a hit.
I didn't see. Hold on. That he didn't swing at you?
Nope.
Oh, for God's sake.
I did not see that.
Okay, go ahead.
That's it, Your Honor. Thank you.
You may have a seat. Anything else from either side?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else from the defense?
No, I have nothing further in terms of bond. I did want to say that Mr. Taylor did express great regret for previously in court, and I had forgotten to say that earlier. And he understands exactly why he has this.
And all I can say to you, Ms. Hanson, is God bless you. Because I'm going to be absolutely honest with you. I don't care how drunk you were. I don't care how much in his grill you were and talking about whatever. I never saw you once take a swing at him. I never saw you once do anything that from that video that I could interpret as anything that was aggressive by any stretch of the imagination toward him that may even in some way give him some concept of that he was defending himself or that you were irritating him in some way so much. But it really, even if you were irritating him, the only thing that you're using is you two are actually walking together across two streets. I sat there and watched it. So I don't know what video you're looking at to come to the determination that you tell me. And ma'am, again, I'm not here to yell at any victim or survivor of any offense, but I'm here certainly to put forth the reality of what I saw on that video. And he pushed you in the bar. You're trying to get up. He pushes you, so security has to get in between. They try to separate him, and he's still doing that. And then he tries to go after somebody else that's there. And then finally they get him outside, and he still won't just calm down. And what's clear to me, ma'am, is after security's dealt with him, I think you're trying to get him to calm down, to do whatever you can to just alleviate the circumstance. And what's he do? He just pushes you against the building. I mean, not just push you against the building. I mean, he shoved you into a building and you go down. Then at some point, you guys are walking. You're walking. You wait to cross the street twice. There is no contact at that point. Apparently, the two of you are talking. If he wanted to get away from you, he could have gotten away from you. And then you get to the other side, which is kitty corner from Live Bar. You're standing there. And ma'am, if you want to tell me he didn't hit you, then fine. You can tell me that. I know what I saw. I know what I saw from the time he took the swing to then what your reaction is. You didn't trip. And, you know, like I said, God bless you, God help you. When a man raises his hand to you, you don't have to give him an excuse. He's just wrong. That's how it works. I don't believe, and I'm not going to reduce the defendant's bond. In fact, given what I've seen, I think that the defendant's bond isn't high enough. Given his conduct in this court and what I saw on that video, his bond is raised to $250,000 cash surety. I'm not reinstating his phone privileges. And at this moment in time, unless the PD wants to file a motion, he's going to serve out his contempt. Defendant is, that's it. Thank you.
And thank you, Judge Simpson. If the courtrooms were packed with judges like you, we would be in a better world. How epic was that? He raised the bond. That's right. I mean, how epic. Thank you, Sir Richard, for bringing this. And you know, there's when I got the email with this, I said I knew I had to take a look because we have so many hearings that we're behind on, literally hundreds that I'm behind on. And but if this was brought, it was one worth showing, and it did not disappoint. On the contrary, thank you, Richard. I mean, how does this not just paint a picture? And you know what's interesting about this for me is we see it over and over and over and over and over again. And if you guys want, we can actually go back to Louisiana and watch a parole revocation hearing. But in this side, it's a woman who's revoked for doing something similar to her lover. We don't often see women who get revoked for that. So we see it over and over and over again, but we never see the footage. You know, they don't do, you might hear the parole board say, I saw the footage. I know you hit her. And he'll say, I don't know what you're talking about, and just deny it, and then they revoke him. And it's something different seeing it, actually, and even seeing it, we see her, the victim in this case, and the judge was very sympathetic and articulate in saying and talking to her. She's still denying that it happened. And we see this all the time. And it's something that and it's just different, I guess, seeing it on the video footage, seeing her get up there and deny it and defend him, but then seeing the judge just make everything make sense again, right? Just we're not crazy. Like there are other people in power that actually think rationally. I'm just like talking about how I feel about this, all the different feelings that I'm having right now, and it's like, yes, we're not. And he raises the bond and he doesn't give the phone privileges back. Whew. So this is a live stream, so I'm gonna cut it to you guys in the chat. Like, first, let me say thank you again to Dane Piglet, and Jay Dean and Lori Loves Law for the 20 memberships. I mean, we can do anything. We can stop it right now, and I can start a stream on Mandu 2. There's many different streams we can do. We can do Connecticut, we can do Iowa, we can do Utah. We have 3 Illinois hearings, but I haven't unpacked them yet, but we do have those coming soon. Pretty intense hearings. Well, that's good enough, Cross. Jesse, yeah, Buddy wants to do the female parole revocation hearing. Yeah, we don't see those often either. What I'll probably do, we'll do the live, and then I'll repack it as a separate hearing, because the live streams, the algorithm does not like them. If you go search for the live, you'll see. I'm not making that up. So typically people don't see them, so what I'll do is I'll like redo it and package it. So if you see it twice, you have to forgive me, but I'm not doing it just because it's for fun. I'm doing it because, about 2% of my subscribers end up seeing this stuff. All right, the female hearing. Let's do the female hearing. It's with a really nice setup. It's Miss Jackson, Mr. O'Shea, and Miss Renazzo, which I love that setup. I've been looking for hearings with that setup, and I have a bunch for you guys that I'm going to be dripping out to you over the next few weeks. They're a good team together. They complement each other quite well. So let's do the female hearing. It's December 16th, and it's a revocation hearing, so it's on the same let's go. I'm gonna pull it up for y'all. There's actually a bunch of good yeah, well, like I said, I'm gonna show it to you. There's one where the attorney comes in. Maybe this is it, actually. No, that's probably it. So I need to make sure I got this for you. And I may hop off the screen for a minute or two to eat dinner. I've been driving all day, and I got in late because of the traffic. I'm at a rest stop now. I'm using my hotspot. So also, if I lose internet, it's because my hotspot goes out. I'm using a hotspot. Pretty amazing that it's working actually so well. Okay. Hold on, I'll be there in a second. Bobby Reed. Okay, we're gonna start. I just had to make sure that we didn't have date of births in there, that we don't have anything like that. So that's what I was doing. And now let's go get ready to start. And I wasn't seeing your screen, so I'm not ignoring anyone. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Hey, Jams. I hope you're feeling better. Jam's going through a real tough time lately, guys. And it's all our mods. I don't know what happened. Carol gets sick. Christina, the little boy, went through all of that trauma, and Jam just got hit with everything all at the same time. We are the best mods, and they're all going through a lot, and yet they are here basically every night. So if we can just give a huge warm hug and send some love to our mods. My eyes look tired. Yeah, no, they do. I've been up. I woke up at 4 or 5 this morning and started driving, and I stopped at a museum about the Marines, which was a mistake. I had a work call, a day job work call, so I pulled off just a random exit to take the call, and then I saw this museum, and I show up, and I'm like, okay, I know I have things to do, I have places to go, but this is meant to be. This is Providence. Like I'm a World War II history buff, and there's this beautiful giant museum about Marine Corps. So I take my work call. I park. Having surgery in September. Wow, Jam. And I go in. It's this beautiful museum, and I say, "How much? What's the entry fee?" And he says, "You've been paying the entry fee all your life, so it's free, but it's taxpayer paid." So I'm like, "Okay, I'll get my money's worth. Thank you, Uncle Sam." And it was a beautiful museum. Richard, I sent you a picture via email. I don't know if you saw it, but that was my experience today. And then I drove, and a lot of traffic. And anyways, let's jump in.
Classified as a first felony offender. Offenses: theft of a motor vehicle, simple burglary of an inhabited dwelling. Sentencing date: May 2nd, 2019. Sentenced to a total of 6 years. Parole date: January 4th, 2022. Good time: June 3rd, 2022. And full term: February 18, 2025. Is this information correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Ms. Jackson.
Good morning, Ms. Reed. How are you doing today?
Good morning. I'm good. And you?
That's good. My name is Bonnie Jackson. I have been assigned your case, reviewed your information. You're 33 years old, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you previously had a 6-year sentence for theft of a motor vehicle and burglary of an inhabited dwelling, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And on May 5th of this year, you were revoked.
Yes,
in
ma'am.
that case. Why were you revoked?
Because I caught a new charge.
Okay, and I want to talk to you about that. Are you aware that you have an outstanding bench warrant for failure to appear in court on a carjacking charge?
No, ma'am, I wasn't aware of that.
And that's in the 15th Judicial District. You also have a pending burglary in St. Landry, and you missed court, but then you were incarcerated on the date of that court appearance, because that court appearance was May 10th, and you got revoked on May the 5th. But the point is, you have 2 pending charges in two different jurisdictions.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you need to be aware of that.
Yes, ma'am.
In addition to the theft of a motor vehicle and the simple burglary of an inhabited dwelling, have you also been convicted of possession of methamphetamines?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So when you were placed on probation initially, and then your probation was revoked, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So you were never ordered to serve a DOC sentence?
Yes, I mean, wait, I'm confused.
When you pled guilty, you got put, or were found guilty, you
Yes.
got put on probation. The judge
Yes,
didn't
ma'am.
send you to prison, he put you on probation, is that
Ye-
correct?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
And you violated that probation by virtue of new arrest, is that correct?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
And so because you never went to DOC, you never participated in any kind of rehabilitation programs, is that correct?
I'm participating in them now. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I understand, but before now,
No, ma'am.
okay. And what programs are you participating in now?
Reentry, and risk management.
Okay, and what for substance abuse?
Yes, ma'am. They have substance abuse as the reentry.
I know, but risk management, is that for the substance abuse charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Have you ever been diagnosed with any kind of mental health issues?
Yes, ma'am. Anxiety and depression.
Are you currently on any kind of medication at the prison?
They had me on Prozac, but it really makes me feel funny. It makes me feel like a zombie, so I don't take it anymore.
Okay. And you do know that your good time date is about 6 months from now, June 3rd, 2022. So regardless of what happens today, you will be released as far as this charge is concerned in June of the upcoming year.
Yes, ma'am.
But you still have those other serious charges that are pending against you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Can anyone at the institution give us any information about Ms. Reed?
Hello, this is Robert Hanser again. Unfortunately, we have not had her here that long to have her involved in a lot of programming.
Mm-hmm.
I've interviewed her once, and that's all my information would go by.
Right.
And going off that, I can say she seems very serious and very sincere.
Mm-hmm.
And she does take the substance abuse programming very seriously, and that's really the best I could offer in good faith.
Well, thank you very much. Anybody from the program staff have anything you wanted to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
All right. And are you all aware of any mental health issues or any medication she's taking or prescribed for mental health issues?
Prozac.
Okay. But she says she's not taking it because of how it makes her feel.
Right. That's right.
All right. Well, Ms. Reed, thank you very much for talking with me. That's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Roche?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Ms. Reed, I have one question. When you were
Yes, sir.
when you were placed on probation, a condition of your probation was to pay $5,335 in restitution. Did you pay anything on that during the time that you were on supervision?
No, sir.
Why not?
Because I was having a hard time finding a job.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Roche. At this time, we'd like to hear from those who've indicated they'd like to speak. And I'll ask staff to introduce them, please.
First, we will hear from Miss Bonnie Richard, sister.
Hello.
Hello. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, I really don't know what I'm supposed to say. Bobby's a really good person. Sometimes she's just not good for herself. She's a great mother. As far as the addiction, she really does need help with that. And I'm really hoping even after she's released, she gets some, outpatient help with that. I would really like to see her succeed in the future, as far as getting her, life together better when it comes to addiction. I mean, I think that's all I really have to say. I mean, like I said, she's a really great mother. She's a great person. She'll give her shirt off her back to other people if she can. She's really got a good heart.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we will hear from Miss Clara Mai, daughter.
Hello? Hello?
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh,
We can,
I
we
don't,
can hear you. We can't see you.
oh, I'm sorry.
Hey,
I don't really know what to say, but like, I'm nervous. But I feel like, mama, well, she been through a lot, she been through a lot of stuff and she's overcame a lot of stuff. And, I, as I'm 14, I'm going through a lot. I don't have no daddy. It was just me and mama growing up, And I'm sorry. And, as a person, sometimes it's hard without, anybody to cry on. It's just me and my grandmother all the time. And, my mama did a lot of things and, she did a lot of bad things she wasn't supposed to do, but I feel like it made her the person she was and the woman she became. And I feel like, she's not a bad person. And, a lot people deserve second chances. And I just, right now, where I'm at mentally, like, I really need her. I really do.
what is your name?
My name is Clara.
Clara. Okay.
Yes,
well, thank you so much for speaking with us today. Is your grandmother there with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Does she want to speak?
Yes. Oh, geez. Yes, ma'am. My name's Teresa Huppower.
Go ahead, ma'am.
And like they said, Bobby is really a good person. She's made bad choices. And right now, I find both her children need her really bad. She's got a 7-year-old disabled child. She's getting to where I hate to say this, she said at one time her mama was dead. I have to explain to her that her mama's not dead because it's been a while she's seen her. And I think Bobby really deserves a second chance. And she, at the end, before she got arrested, she was really doing good. And for the court date she's missed, I had contacted the St. Landry and I'd contacted the Acadia Parish, and I told them both where she was, and I don't understand why they didn't go get her. But they said they were going to arrange to go get her for St. Landry. She does have a court date on the 20th. They're going to pick her up and bring her to Opelousas for her court date. They did say they had her in the rear, or whatever that means, to have her brought there or whatever. But it's been a long 10 months she's been gone, and these children, they really need their mother, and she really needs them. I mean, I don't know what else to say, but she's come a long ways.
Yes, ma'am. We appreciate hearing from both of you.
And we appreciate all y'all decisions.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ms. Reed, is there a statement you'd like to make to wrap it up for us?
I just want to say I have learned my lesson, and I do believe that if y'all consider for me to go go home for my parole or whatever, that I'm gonna do good. I plan on finding a job and going to church. I think I learned my lesson.
Well, you still have some work to do. Would you agree with that?
Yes, yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, yes, ma'am. Yes, yes, I do.
Okay. All right. I think that we're prepared to vote. We'll start with Ms. Jackson.
Ms. Reed, I think, to be honest with you, you're in the best place right now that you could possibly be, because this is the first time that you've had the opportunity to be involved in some substance abuse treatment, and you've already started that. And you have about 6 more months until this sentence is, you reach your good time date. And you can use that 6 months to complete substance abuse treatment, because you need that. And even if we were to grant your parole, you're not going anywhere because you've got these other charges to deal with. And so I would encourage you to just buckle down, stop worrying about getting out, but start worrying about staying out. And the only way you're going to stay out is if you deal with your substance abuse issues and whatever issues you have. And you have the opportunity to do that right where you are. And I hope you're grateful for that, because if you go through substance abuse treatment, and as the gentleman said, you seem to be taking it seriously. And if you do that, then when you do get out, you'll be better equipped to be the person that everybody says you are. You have a lovely daughter. I don't know about your other child, because that child's not present, but you have a lovely daughter. And to be your best self for her, you've got to come to terms with the issues that put you in jail. And so don't focus on getting out. Focus on making yourself a better version of who you are. All right? But today my vote is to deny your request for early release because of the pending charges, and so that you can complete your substance abuse programming. So good luck to you, and work hard, Ms. Reed. You've got a lot to look forward to.
Mr. Roche?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Ms. Reed, I want to speak to you and Miss Clara Mayu. You have a lovely daughter. And Miss Mayu, your mother's in a good place now. She's getting help. And the objective of incarceration in this parole hearing is, we want your mother to get out, but we want her to stay out. And the Department of Corrections is giving us some help. She's finally getting substance abuse treatment. And if you finish that program before May and get good time, you may even be out before your good time date, because it will move up when you earn the good time. Your mother needs to stay where she is so she can get help. So when she does get out, she can stay out with you, okay? For the same reasons as Mrs. Jackson, I'm going to deny your request. And good luck, and get on the first row of substance abuse and take all the knowledge in so that you can be home with your family. Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Roche. Ms. Reed, don't take our decision the wrong way. You're in a safe place. And I know you haven't always been in a safe place. So take advantage of the opportunity. You'll get out before your good time date, because it's going to move up. So my vote today also is to deny, because I want you to get the substance abuse treatment so that you can go be a great mom to your children. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Oh, okay. Thank you, Eric.
We're going to do one more hearing after this, the one that I intended to do, a woman who was revoked. Now, I'll give you an update on this. And of course, thank you, Richard. It's all here in the spreadsheet. This hearing took place 12/16/2021. It seems that she ended up getting out But she got booked again November 13th, 2023. So she got out. She got rearrested. It shows her custody status is that she's bonded out. I don't have any other update around that. It's possible that we'll see her for a revocation hearing. I don't know. Yeah, Jesse. I mean, these things, and oh, we have a new member. Welcome, Ghost Rabbit, or welcome back. I don't recognize you, Ghost Rabbit, so welcome. And it's touching for me to see Miss Jackson and Mr. O'Shea pay so much authentic attention to her daughter and say those things, because you don't get that. We can't take it for granted. That's one thing I've learned from watching these other parole hearings. There's something very special, I think, about this parole board. And yes, I yell at them and I rant at them and I rage at them, and I think rightfully so. But it doesn't. But I've only realized how unique they are by watching these other parole boards. And I don't know if you agree with me or not, but if you haven't seen those hearings, the second channel, it's called Mandu 2. It's interesting because I have twice the number of subscribers for this channel, so I have to assume that most of you aren't, or at least half of you aren't subscribed to Mandu 2. And they cover Iowa, Connecticut, Illinois, and Utah. And we have a couple new states coming. And those states just, in my opinion, have nothing. They have nothing on Louisiana. What's up, Swamp Kitty? Yeah. So we're going to see another hearing that has maybe a shocking ending, and also, I think, an impressive performance by her attorney, for better or for worse. So we are going to jump into that in 1 second. Yeah, Nightbot. Jesse, you're like the longest. You've been here forever. You were one of the first subscribers. Yet you still get face to face with Nightbot on a regular basis. But you can get away with it. I forgive you. Okay. I don't know if Nightbot forgives you, but Nightbot's weird. Nightbot is quite weird. All right. Have you eaten? I have not eaten, JD, but I have it cooking right now, and it's smelling good. So I'm quite excited. I'm going to eat in a second. I'm going to play this for y'all. And see, I just said y'all. And then I'm going to share something with you at the end. Also, I was going to say something. When you want to say something and then it slips your mind, and then you say, I should write it down so I can remember to say it. And I went through all of those motions. And, oh, it's not Jadine, is it? Well, what is it? Jadine? I am not from Louisiana, if you couldn't tell from my non-Louisiana accent. What was I going to say? Gosh. Bugs. Jesse's rabbit eats everything, apparently right now eating pizza. I'm having a pre-senior moment. Yeah, I guess so. J. Dean. Sounds like J. Dean. I agree, it does. J. Dine. You're right. They have what you wanted for themselves. My son is 4 years old now. 4 years sober. Congratulations on that. That is a big move to be 4 years sober. So we're gonna go see this hearing. This one is definitely interesting. So she has an attorney defending her. It's again back to Mr. O'Shea, Miss Renatza, Miss Jackson. and she has an attorney, and I think he does a good job. So let's jump in.
Of course, thank you.
Yes. Ms. Forenberry, you're accused of violating the conditions of your parole, specifically condition number 4, and I'm going to read it out to you. You were arrested by Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office on December 7, 2020 for traffic attachments, theft under $1,000, and fugitive from NOPD. You were not detained. You were arrested by New Orleans Police Department on February 28, 2021, and charged with domestic abuse battery and simple battery. On August 11, 2021, the battery upon a dating partner was null prost, and the simple battery was pled down to disturbing the peace. How do you plead to violating condition number 4 of your parole conditions?
Not guilty.
Not guilty. Okay. Well, I'm going to ask your attorney to take it from here. Mr. Statlander.
Thank you. Listen, to begin, I just wanted to explain that Ms. Forenberry would like to acknowledge her responsibility in these proceedings. I do not have a copy of the petition in front of me, but I noted that you stated that she was charged with domestic abuse battery. Just for the record, the charge was actually battery of a dating partner, and it was null prost, but it was slightly different. They're essentially the same charge. Either way, I believe that the charge stems from Ms. Forenberry's arrest, which you stated was on the 28th. And as you're aware, Ms. Forenberry was charged with both the simple battery, 2 charges of simple battery and the battery of a dating partner. And certainly these are concerning charges, but we do feel that some context can shed some light on that arrest and hopefully justify recommending a no revocation. First, I guess I'd like to highlight some of the facts of the case. Ms. Forenberry was arrested in February and has been in custody continuously since that February date. It's been almost 10 months. Also, Ms. Forenberry was ultimately, as you stated, convicted of a disturbing the peace as a result of a plea agreement. But that plea did come over the ejection of the alleged victim. But the plea was nevertheless extended because of the factual inconsistencies of the victim's story. And that is to say that the district attorney could not justify the charges after they were further investigated. I'd also like to point out that this particular arrest and those charges were all misdemeanors, and that Ms. Forenberry has no criminal history, no violent criminal history. It is my understanding that Ms. Forenberry's only conviction was the 2019 theft, for which she is on parole today. And she has no other allegations of theft since she was paroled. Ms. Forenberry does acknowledge and take responsibility for her involvement in the arrest. She certainly should not have put herself in the situation in the first place by going over to Miss James and Miss Moore's home. Miss Moore and Miss James were known to Miss Forenberry as having caused trouble in the past, and she should have avoided both of them at that time. She's had about 10 months to think about that decision, and she believes that she can put herself in better situations and avoid conflict moving forward. And if she is released, Ms. Forenberry will be living with her mother here in New Orleans, where she's going to take care of her several children. Ms. Forenberry intends on going back to work at banquets for hotels and the convention center, which is what she was doing prior to the arrest. Other than that, I have nothing else unless you have some questions or concerns for me.
I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Roche.
Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. I have no questions. Good morning, Ms. Forenberry.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. Tell us we know from the information that we have, some criminal activity took place.
Yes.
And we know that the charges were amended to a nonviolent misdemeanor.
Yes, sir.
So that much we know. And we know what happened, but I like your version of what happened, okay? Just tell me what happened.
Okay, I had got a phone call that morning from Gina Moore, and she told me she had cooked. So I went over there, and when I went over there, her old lady, Alexis James, told me to get out. So I walked outside, and I was waiting for Gina to bring my plate. But Alexis came outside, turned her hand in my face, talking about something. I get her unemployment money. And I was like, girl, go ahead. I don't know what you're talking about. And so I was walking off, and when I walked off, she hit me. And when she hit me, I turned around and I hit her back.
Okay. And that's why the police witnessed when they came, I think one of the victims had a swollen face and one had some blood on them, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Ms. Forenberry, you know that criminal activity is prohibitive when you're on supervision.
Yes.
When your former or ex-girlfriend approached you, you should have walked off.
I would. She came down the steps.
I know, but what I'm saying is that you showed aggression. Even if she hit you first, there was some criminal activity taking place. And it shows me that you have an anger management problem. Would you agree with me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I have a remedy to help you with that problem without revoking you. Are you amenable to receiving help so this won't happen again?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What I want you to do is take an anger management program. It's only going to take a month or two. And after you complete that program, you will be released. Then, once released, I want you to enter a 26-week domestic, I think what it's called, a domestic domestic violence offender program. Your attorney can help you with that. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's a 26-week program in Orleans Parish dealing specifically with domestic violence in the offender, and it will help you to reinforce the anger management that you received before being released. You seem to be a very nice young lady. You have a problem. How long will you be on supervision? When does your supervision end?
2023.
Okay, so you have another year and a half. I want you to take these 2 months, get all the knowledge you can from the anger management, then complete and enroll and complete the domestic violence offender program, and hopefully that will help you when that situation arises again, that someone approach you in a violent manner. Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Attorney, I think it's
Statlander, Mr. Roche.
Statlander, okay. These old eyes can't see that small print. Mr. Statlander. Does that work for you?
That is certainly amenable. I would ask that if there was any way that Ms. Forenberry would be able to take the classes outside of incarceration.
Mr. Statlander, I want her to have some reinforcement before she's released. So while taking this 26-week program of domestic violence offender program, that it will only reinforce. Anger management deals with anger management. It doesn't necessarily deal with domestic abuse. That's why I'm suggesting that she has a specific program dealing with domestic abuse.
Certainly, I understand that. I was asking though that I do believe that those programs exist outside of the system, and that's the ask. However, if it's your understanding that those programs do not exist anywhere other than during the incarceration, I'm not aware of them at OJC, and so I would have to figure out where to get her.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Roche. Ms. Jackson?
All right. Ms. Fortenberry, I think there's a little bit of misunderstanding about what Mr. Roche's recommendation is. His recommendation is that you complete anger management while incarcerated, and then you'll be released back on supervision. And he's adding a condition of supervision that you complete the 26-week domestic violence program. So in lieu of revocation, my vote is also that you complete anger management before being released, and then add a condition, supervision, that you complete a 26-week domestic violence program.
Thank you, Ms. Jackson, for the clarification. Do you understand that, Ms. Fortenberry?
OJC, they don't have anger management here. I would have to go upstate.
Let me ask Ms. Collins. Ms. Collins, and you may not know, ma'am, is there anger management available there?
To my knowledge, no. And the only domestic violence services that I know of is the programs they put people through pretrial when they have domestic charges. And it's kind of like an extra supervision for domestic, and they call in and they have, a coordinator and stuff. Right. And the number we give them is 658-9412 for domestic violence service.
All right, thank you. Well, Ms. Fortenberry, I do agree with my colleagues that you do need the anger management, and we're going to find a place to get that for you. And then once released, you're to enroll in the domestic violence prevention program that hopefully Mr. Stadlander can help you locate. So that's the vote today. You're not going to be revoked, but you got little programs to do.
I might as well violate myself.
Madam Chairman?
Sir.
I have one additional condition after release, that she has no contact with Alexa James.
I have a stairway order saying I have no contact with her. And on the stairway order,
Mr. Stadlander, she's indicated she may want to revoke herself. Do you want to counsel with her? We can put you in a room if you need to speak to her, where we'll go to a different Zoom room. You're muted.
I'm happy to speak with her, and I would before and I'm not certain of the procedure that we're in here, but I would like to reiterate I have a little experience with parole revocations, and in particular this council or this board. There is no objection by Ms. Fortenberry to domestic abuse monitoring, to anger management classes, all of which the court system here in Orleans has the ability to help her with. Unfortunately, those processes and those classes don't exist at OJC. And considering the fact that she is on a charge, the original charge was a nonviolent charge, it was a theft. That's what she's on parole for. And her only violent charge was this instant case, of which there was no factual background for the state to move forward, which was the reason why she was allowed to no contest plea to the disturbing the peace. And that was only for the fact that she had already been in jail for 3 months at that point. We would ask for the consideration that these anger management programs, which are sufficient and actually more readily available to her outside, be completed outside, as really that's the only way for her to get the treatment I think that you all want in her current state. And also by doing the 1 to 2 month anger management program, it does put her at a year incarcerated on a charge that she pled to that has a 90-day charge. And it also puts her at about a situation where, as Ms. Forenberry just said, a revocation would probably get her out sooner. I would have to do the math for her to figure it out, but it's unfortunately it seems as though the board's decision is quite it could end up being quite prejudicial for Ms. Forenberry under the current understanding.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Ms. Forenberry, if you would like to have a breakout room, so that the board has offered to put us in a breakout room so that you and I can talk. I do not have the numbers and the jail math to determine whether or not it would be advisable for you to revoke yourself.
So I will ask staff to put us, the panel, in a breakout room for a few moments. Maggie, can you put us in a room? Executives.
What do you think they're going to do? It's interesting. As Carol said, this attorney's earning his money. I think he's doing a great job. Personally, I mean, we see a lot of attorneys show up to these revocation hearings, and in my opinion, most of them tank. They don't understand the revocation process. You can kind of see that they're just hiring an attorney. Like, oh, they pull open the yellow book and like, oh, an attorney, and they pay the attorney money, and but this guy seems to know what he's doing. Do you think I mean, she wants to revoke herself. She doesn't want to do the programs. They're basically, she's like, wait a minute, I'm not going to do 6 months of programs if I'll just revoke and get out next month. So it's going to be interesting to see how they handle this. So they were in a different room for about 5.5 minutes. So I'll jump back in. I don't need to hear myself talk much longer. But also, I do want to say thank you, CWS, for the 2 smackaroolies. You are lovable, even if someone hurt you, is what CWS wrote. And then thank you, Jamie Clayton, for saying tuning in from Utah tonight. And Jamie, I mean, talking about Utah, we have a lot of Utah parole hearings on Channel Mandu 2. If you don't know about Channel Mandu 2, links in the description cover Utah parole hearings. Okay, that's enough of my promo. Let's go.
I'm waiting on everybody to get back in the room, and I think we are all here. And Mr. Stadlander, thanks for your presentation, and we have conferred, and I think Mr. Roche was willing to offer an amendment to his vote. Mr. Roche, you're on mute.
Ms. Forenberry.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Contrary to my belief that you need help before release, I'm going to allow you to be released when they do not revoke decision, but don't appear again with violent offenses, even if it's not prosecuted. Where there's smoke, there was fire, and something happened, and it was of a violent nature. So I'm going to vote to do not revoke and place some added conditions on your supervision. The first condition is to complete an anger management program or classes. Whatever your attorney can find, we want a specific anger management program or classes. If you can't do both at the same time, when you finish that, I want you to complete domestic violence program. It's called DBOP. It's called Domestic Violence Offenders Program. It's a 26-week program. In the third condition, I'm going to place on you, even though there's a protective order, I want to add a condition to your parole that you are to have no contact with Alexa James.
Yes, sir.
Take advantage of this opportunity. Work with your attorney, Mrs. Statlander, and please stay out of trouble, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ms. Jackson.
All right, Ms. Fortenberry, I will concur with Mr. Roche. I will vote not to revoke with the same conditions that he has imposed.
Yes, ma'am.
And I do agree. My vote is the same. So good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you, Mr. Stadlander.
Thank you all. I appreciate your time. I'll come see you later, Rochelle.
Thank you. Yes, and thank you, Deputy Calise. I think that concludes our business with you. We'll move on to down to the first floor.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
So this hearing took place 12/16/2021, and I'm sorry that she passed away July 21st, 2022. Richard has here in the spreadsheet, it's the obituary. It doesn't say anything. It's just a link that they put up for her from 1985 to June 29, 2022. And they asked to plant a tree in her life's memory instead of flowers. And that is sad. And with the stuff that's out there on the streets these days, we have no idea how she passed away. So that's not a fair statement. But the smile on her face when she got released, there was something I thought was, yeah. And every once in a while we see those results. I don't know. I don't really know what else to say. It is a tragic life. It's very young. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Christina. There was nothing. The parole board tried to help, right? They knew in their wisdom that she needed the help. And it's interesting because we say, more programs, but she was going to revoke herself, and her attorney did a good job. They ended up, I saw the chat and I was thinking the same thing. I would have still revoked myself. Why have conditions to take programs on the street? I would have just said, I don't want any parole conditions. But I think they did the best that they could try. And Mr. O'Shea, it was almost like prophetic in what he said. He said, I don't want to see you come back in here. Kind of like in a fatherly way, in a coaching way. And yeah, we don't know. We don't know what happened. All we have is the obituary link. It is tragic. So we are in a live stream. It's 8:45 Eastern time, so I don't think we're going to go that much longer. And I'll probably end up packaging these hearings in a unique link. I I can't. So Nicole, I don't share these links. The reason I don't share them is because YouTube's community guideline is very vague. And although I would assume that sharing an obituary link, I can't pronounce it, is probably safe. Like, but I just don't take chances because YouTube has really strict community guidelines. And I don't know if you guys know this about YouTube, but if you violate a community guideline or anything, it has nothing to do with copyright. They just have rules. And if you take 3 strikes, your channel shut down. No questions asked. It's done. And it could be 3 strikes over the course of 10 years. It's really like the habitual offender law, where they say, oh, 3 strikes. Like the hearing we saw last night, the guy who just wants to take care of horses, and he's locked up for 20 plus years. And he stole cassette tapes and robbed a car in 1993. And then in 1999, he had the dangerous armed robbery. No one was hurt, but it was still intense. And then they locked him up for life. So YouTube kind of has the same policy. So that's why when I don't share links, that's, kind of why I don't. That was sad. That hearing hit me. How did you guys feel about the hearing with the horses? Oh, also, I remember I do have some good news for the channel. This is what I wanted to say. Remember, I said I forgot what I wanted to say. And how many of you watching this had a teacher in middle school or whatever, elementary, grade school, whatever they call it, that told you? Because I have clear memory of a teacher telling me this when I was under the age of 10. If you can't remember what you were going to say, it must have not been important enough. And I disagree. I think that is not a true statement because it is important. Our minds just work in strange ways. Thanks, Jay Dine. I'm afraid to say your name wrong, JD. Every time I see someone write Mandy, I think you're typoing it Mandu, and I get confused. So Mandy, change your name. That is be it, right? Yeah, buddy. So definitely not true. So anyways, I remembered what I wanted to share with you guys. So I don't know, some of you might remember, some of you might not, but I had that momentary thing with where I promoted. I was one hearing where I promoted Aura, and then Aura, it was like a trial run, and they took away the sponsorship. So I had a call with them today to find out why, and they said, there was your channel actually performed so badly, you got flagged as like potential scam. Everyone who signed up canceled right away. Like what happened? And it was interesting. I said, this is my channel is about doing parole hearings, and I feel like I'm having a parole hearing, but they said that they'll give it another try. So that's good news. I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about the terms and conditions or anything, but I didn't make any money doing that promotion. There is potential for the channel to make money from it, but also I do believe in the product Aura. I tried it out for over a month before I spoke about it. For me, it stopped spam calls. I don't have a link here in the description. I'm not telling you about it because I can get anything in return. I'm just sharing transparency, the truth, that we're going to get to hopefully, probably, that was the way the call went, that I'll get to start promoting them again. So if you do see promotions, that's why. I'm excited about it. It's good to have a second chance because it's the beginning. You have to start somewhere. And also I think it's good in general when you have a mainstream product promote on a channel like this one. I think it's a good trend. I'm blushing. Yeah, no, this is when you drive in the sun all day. It's funny because I have one arm shining with like one arm that's more tan than the other well, maybe I am blushing. I don't know. What's up, Keiju and Overcomer? I have robo killers, so I can't do them. They want to talk bad about you. Robo killer. I don't know. If you're not subscribed to Cajun Overcomer, give Cajun a sub. She covers everything you need to know about Louisiana. So if you want the real stuff, she's got it right there, our native Louisianian. If you want to see cute puppies and a turtle and cats, you could subscribe to Jesse's channel. Yeah, buddy. I'm been asking him to make a channel, but he has a channel, but he puts up shorts. But we can see it's good enough. Every like 3 months, Jesse uploads a new video, so we'll take it, I guess. Oh man, so Jesse's channel in the chat or Cajun? Yeah, we can put Cajun's channel in the chat. Let's see if Nightbot's gonna work. Cajun. Yeah, there's Cajun's channel, and I think this is a link to Jesse's channel. Let's see if my memory is serving me right. Bugs. It is. Look at that. My memory worked. Woo. There. By the way, Nightbot has a lot of commands, like a lot, that like I'll like have an idea and I'll be like, oh, that's a good command, or one of you will write it in the chat and I'll say, yeah, that's a good command. So, but I forget about them. But Nightbot has a lot. I mean, you could just do exclamation point random words, and also Nightbot will say something kind of funny. Good night, Christina. Thank you once again. Yeah, I'm gonna eat my dinner. I'm gonna shower because I'm here. I'm hooked up in the RV. I can shower for the first time in 3 days. I know that's kind of gross, but yeah, I've been kind of I would sit in the shower because I'm dry camping, and my water. It's an old RV. It's over 20 years old. It's 24 years old. The water pump doesn't work, so I sit in the shower with water bottles, pouring it on my head. So that's what I've been doing for 3 days. But I'm paying the $110 tonight for the RV because enough was enough, and I'm gonna shower. That's kind of gross. Yeah, I'm spraying myself with like best dad ever comes into the chat. Yes. I feel bad for the people in the museum who had to walk past me. That's for sure. Mandu, please say Janine, but with a D in the middle. A D? Where's the D? How do you have a silent D? With the D in the middle? Jadine? Why is it spelled with an N? Jadine? All right, I'll make Turtles happy. Not 150, 100, 115. 115. They probably ripped me off. I called them. I didn't have it booked. I was just like, I've been sleeping at truck stops. And after 3 days of it, I said, I really would like a shower. And so I called them up and I could tell the person in the line's like, well, on the computer, do we have any spots available? And they, charged me that. I said it right, Jadine. Talking about bingo, my grandfather played bingo last night, and he has a girlfriend, not my grandmother. My grandmother passed away, and he's a young guy. I think that so he has a girlfriend like 15 years younger, which I think is good. It keeps him young, and she took him to a bingo game, and he won. He won all 4 games. Bingo. Can you imagine? Yeah, Grandpa Do. We're gonna have Grandpa Do back on the show. Yeah, Grandpa is pimping. Oh man, I'm gonna see him soon for the first time in person. I'm gonna see him soon for the first time, maybe 9 months, God willing. In a few days. That's what I'm doing. I'm traveling. I'm going to go visit him. Maybe I'll send some. The idea is to do a live stream with Grandpa Do. What do you guys think about that? We'll have him on. He'll tell us a story in live, in person. I just said, he's pretty good. He's and he's 94 years old. I think 94 years old. And I said, don't slip, don't say my name on the stream. And he does. He remembers to call me Mandu. I mean, how sharp is that? That's a hard thing for anyone to do. And so there's some risk in the live stream that maybe he'll naturally. So that's my only hesitancy. But he's good with it though. He knows how to remember to say Mandu. And he gets a real kick out of being called Grandpa Do. And I have to tell you, when you leave the comments for him, he calls me up the next day, and he wants to hear himself talk. For him, he likes to hear it. He gets a kick out of it, and then he reads every single comment, and it makes his day. So, any of you who left a comment, I see you leave it on your own because he his stories affect you. It means a lot to him. And he's great. He's a technologist. Like he's so young and with it. In his car, he has his Pandora set up. Like he goes in the car and Frank Sinatra's on Pandora. He has his smart TV. He calls me up. He's like, I'm on YouTube on the smart TV. How do I find your channel? And you would think he's 94 years old. Like it's gonna take me 20 minutes. Like I can't explain it to him. But no, I tell him, well, you go to the search, type in Mandu. He does it in one try. He finds the channel. He subscribes, and now he goes on and watches. It's like on a smart TV. Frank or Gerald? Yeah, that's fair. I could be a Frank or Gerald, or I could be as long as I'm not. There are some. What are the worst? Frank, Gerald. Yeah. Grandpa Do win that jackpot. Yeah. Brian. My name's Brian. J. Oh yeah. What did I miss? How to pronounce J? Now I'm forgetting again how to pronounce Jaden's name. I feel like I missed it. I was too busy talking to see the response. No, Carol. I think I'm done with my cold. It was bad though. It was the sickest I have been, and really I could remember it. I was gone. I was out of it from basically Monday night and I didn't know if I could make the drive. It was terrifying. Saturday it was the worst day of me being sick. Lindsay. Oh, thank you. Best dad ever. Mandu with a D in the middle. I'm confused. And I was the sickest Saturday. Like you normally when you get sick, it gets better, but it was getting worse. And I was like, I'm never going to be able to drive all this way for the next 3-4 days. And I don't know. I woke up and I was fine, but I had to. But I've been on such a roll with going to the gym. I have been, and I have an app to prove it, but I have been working out 5 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 6 a.m. going on maybe like 7 months or something. I can check the app with maybe missing 2 days a month. And I lost a bunch of weight. I've lost like 14 pounds or something. It's not so much. It's like 2 pounds a month or something. But since being sick, I haven't gone to the gym. And now it would be Monday. So what's today? Today's Tuesday. So it'll be 8 days, which will be the first time that I haven't worked out in any form in a very long time, in 8 days. So I am feeling really, really, really crummy right now. Like my body was, I started running. I never ran in my life. I hated running, actually. I never did it. Never. And then I used to do CrossFit, and I kept getting hurt doing CrossFit, like messed up. And finally I had my last serious injury, a lower back injury, on deadlift day, and I was like, yeah, I'm getting too old for this, even though some people do CrossFit forever, but I don't have my body couldn't handle it. And then so I tried this gym and the running, and all of a sudden it was like I became addicted to the running, and I love it. On a treadmill, not in the street. And it's like the reason I love it, it's gamified. So there's like an app, and everything is tracked in the app, and so I'm always competing to get a faster score. And I think that's why I love it. Without the gamification, I would just be bored. Oh, sir, one of the people at 5 a.m. going to the gym under the speed limit and run off the road every morning. Well, I don't work out on the street. I work out in the running is easier on the knees as we get older. What do you mean by easier on the knee? It really gets easier? Why? I thought it gets. Yeah, I'm gonna stay with it, Eric. I love it. I'm really hooked on it. Like I love it. It releases at 6 in the morning. So my routine is I wake up at 4. My alarm clock is set for 4 a.m. But I usually wake up at 3:30 a.m. I don't need my alarm clock. It's just the way I am. And then my routine is I'll have a coffee, I'll stretch, and I'm doing this always while listening to, I'm not watching, I'm listening to YouTube. I go into the spreadsheet that Richard puts together for me, listen to the content that I want to do. Then I feel accomplished if I record a YouTube hearing before I go to the gym. For me, that makes me happy. So if I can stretch, have my coffee while I'm listening to content, then make the video, then leave to the gym by 5:45 a.m. It's a class. It's a session. It's called Orange Fitness. I go to Orange Fitness and get there, do the 1 hour class from 6, get back at 6:05. I'm always listening to content every moment. It's a problem I have. It's probably also an addiction. I need to listen to content. I need to have noise in my ears. I always have headphones in my ears. It's not healthy, but I have to figure that out. And but I'm always using that time because there's not enough time in the day. I have a full-time job. Well, I don't know. I'm always hustling, side hustle, working this. So then I'll take the content that's recorded, and then so I'm always trying to make, so in the morning I make a video, then I get back, and then I'll help with the kids, breakfast, get them for school. But while I'm helping them, I'm running back in to do like editing, and it's just back and forth. And that's pretty much. And then at a certain point, your brain just turns off. You can't do it. Like it actually, it's these live streams that I'm doing, it's not so intensive. I'm watching and I'm looking and I'm commenting, right? But when you do a hearing that is really emotionally draining, it's impactful. There's Richard can put 10 links. There could be 5 appeals. There could be 3 news articles. There could be 4 videos. You have to watch all of them. You have to read the appeals. You have to figure out which appeal are you going to talk, which points are you going to talk on, which newsreel are you going to show. Then you have to go and edit out all the YouTube violations. Then you have to, it takes a long time. And then you want to have your talking points, and you want to say, and you don't want to miss something. I miss so many things. That's right, Carol. My favorite Carol line, which is, how many seconds in a day? And yeah, it's thanks, Cation. Your brain turns off when it's always running. So, well, when I mean turn off, I mean that it starts to melt. Like you don't, everything just runs together. Like I'm not. There's no point in me doing an unpacking. No point in me listening to parole hearing. Everything's just. I'm just not functional. Jay, I'm gonna pronounce your name wrong again because I still don't know how to do it. Jay Dine. I have the same problem with reading. It's interesting. So I'm learning disabled. I literally took a short bus to school. I dropped out of high school in 10th grade, not because I was a troublemaker, but because I'm not good at school at testing and reading. I can have a book, and it can take me a month to finish it because I will read a chapter. I'm up to chapter 2, and then my brain kicks in, and I realize that I just read a chapter, and I'm like, where was I? I didn't even realize that I read that chapter, and I have to go back and read it again. And then I ended up finding out that I like Audible. I like listening to books. So I went from being able to read one book a month to be able to listen to, I would listen to 10 books a month. And these are long, big books. Like a book could be 15 hours long. A book a day. Are they Berenstain Bear books, Swamp Kitty? Or are they like real books? I do have other superpowers. Thank you, Eric. My mother would always tell me, you're not stupid, you're special. She made a cereal bowl for me. She made it herself, a big cereal bowl. And inside the bowl, she wrote all these things like special, you're kind, you're whatever I don't know. And I would eat out of the cereal bowl and see. My parents were very supportive of my friend also has dyslexia, has same problems with reading and sounding out words. Like you, Mandy, you're definitely not stupid. Thank you. I know I'm special. So Jesse, I don't know how you did prison. I know you did a lot of time, and that makes you stand. The one time I was in an interrogation room, I've told you guys this story before, and then they put me in like a private room, not even a cell. I wasn't handcuffed. It was just a different room without my phone. I mean, this was when like phones couldn't do much anyways at a BlackBerry. And it could have been 10 minutes, it could have been half an hour, it could have been 40. That time being in there was so hard and so long. It was like the longest, however many minutes. I don't know how anyone does jail or prison. I really don't. It's got to be torture. Just torture. I'm having fun talking to you guys. This is fun. We don't ever do this. I can't do live streams because, the kids, 3 kids under the age of 10, and we do the streams at 7, and it wouldn't be possible. So that's why I do the premieres, but I'm in a live chat. But because I'm alone right now, I figured, hey, let's do the live stream. I don't know how much, like, I don't think a live stream, I don't know how many people like it. Like, it's fun for our little community, but I don't know how many of the big public really would care to hear me sit and talk like this. Dyslexics are very artistic. Mandy, I can do wiring diagrams anymore. I have them memorized. Wiring diagrams? What's that mean? Oh, it's Mandy. See, I keep thinking it's the Mandu. Mandy, you have to change your name. You're confusing me. My perception of time is different at night and sometimes so I ignore it. Jesse, what's your favorite color? You have your hands full. I love you all dearly. I love you too, Piglet. Anyone know where Ducky is? So we're missing 2 people. What's up, Griggs? Griggs in the house. You, Mr. Troublemaker. I love blueprints. It is a live stream. No, it's not. I am just an AI robot reading your mind. It was, guys. If you haven't seen the live stream I do it. Kejun and I did together. Check out the live button. We did a live stream together. Kejun, the superstar. Yeah, Ducky. Where's Ducky? I remember seeing Ducky in the chat saying she was ill. She was sick, and sadly, that's the last time I remember seeing her. I think she said she was going to the hospital or something. I don't. Someone correct me. I know I could be wrong. And then also, where is WP Pistol? Let me email him on that note. I'm going to email him. Who else? Remember Invisible? Invisible used to be back in the day, and then Invisible went invisible. Also Red Tail. Haven't seen in a long time. We have some old school OGs that just disappeared on us. Addie, you're right. So, Jesse, I see Addie. Addie's is a member, and she comments, and I respond, and I say, Addie, I don't, and she always ignores me. So Addie is there. Addie is watching. Addie is commenting, but I must have done something to hurt Addie's feelings because Addie ignores me when I write her, but I know she's there, and I respect that. That's okay. Got Ben Batman suspended. Well, don't suspend me, man. All right, Keeps. Invisible Keeper. I see Carrie T. I saw Carrie T the other day on Big N. I stopped by. I didn't go on. I donated some memberships to Big N's channel because they're doing all of those crashing our streams. So I thought I would let them know that I appreciate it. So I saw Carrie there. She's a mod. Yeah, I think you and well, Jesse, you definitely make some I think you probably are blocked by the most number of people on this channel. Yeah. I don't know. Well, that's good. You know, we don't have a lot of that I know of. We don't have a lot of we do well. We have a great community. I feel like we all get along. The mods should get credit for that, right? Or I don't know. There's something about the community. I shouldn't say that. I think it attracts a certain type of people. I don't know what it is. Certainly the mods, I think, are a big part of it, of keeping the trolls out. And then there's a certain vibe we have in here. A nice, safe place. Stop blame. Oh, I don't know. Kejun blocked Jesse. She's okay. Yeah, I don't know if I should get in the middle of that, Jesse. So Carol, Carol has gone to Louisiana many, many times. Carol's gone to the to the rodeo many times. Carol's also our Louisiana expert. If you have any questions for Carol. About Louisiana. Need a Discord. So people have brought up the Discord thing. So there's a few things about the Discord. I'm kind of capped out of my mental bandwidth for things like I should be posting on Instagram. I'm not. I should be posting on Facebook. I'm not. I should be posting on Twitter. I'm not. And throughout this YouTube channel, I have always done everything at my own pace. And for those of you who've been here a long time, you've seen it. Like the very beginning content. Like I went the first year without even using a proper like software for streaming. I never even researched software. I like the first software I found on Google, I went and got it and it was garbage. And I just never, and I never used editing software, and I never used, because I knew that I hated editing. I had no interest in editing, but eventually, slowly, it comes around to me. Okay, now I'll try to edit, and now I actually enjoy editing. And I don't know, so everything I do as it comes, and if it's not enjoyable, I don't do it. So I'm not posting on Instagram. I'm not posting on Twitter. It's just not. So for me, I know that if that's kind of like my personal rule of things. If I don't think I can consistently do something, I don't like to take it on. And so Discord, I just know it's too much for me. Now, if someone else wanted to open up a man dude Discord for the community and run it on their own, I'm not going to be like, tied to it, but I'm cool with it. My blessing. I also I used to, like, I was part of some Discords in a prior life with work. There was, and I don't know, it's like they get so noisy with all the channels and but it's cool. There are cool things about it. Anyways, I am as you can see, probably past my bedtime. So I'm going to let y'all go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's been a lot of fun. I have like my alone time, and it's interesting, but I want to spend it all my time with you, and it's been a lot of fun. And I really enjoyed this. And thank you for all the kind words. And see, I can't tell if you're trolling. I appreciate the $5. I appreciate the kind words. Love all, you're doing a great thing. Hey, Grandpa do. And everything like that, but I just can't tell. I don't know if I'm reading that wrong. So you have to forgive me, but I do appreciate your kind words. Thanks, Michael DeVito. I like that name. Thanks, Jay Diane. Thanks, Griggs. I love you too. I do want to meet Bugs. Goldfish, the snack. Do you see someone caught like a 60-pound goldfish? I didn't even know that goldfish can get that big. 60 pounds. Google it. Thanks, Kitty Attack. The name is suspect. I agree. It does. Yeah, but I don't know. These huge. Thank you, Chocolate. I'm not trolling, I promise. I don't know. Thanks for the chat. I try to come up with something to put in front of my name. Thank you, Mandy. Maybe can you call yourself Owl? I like Owl. Call yourself Owl? I heard they get up to 40, but 60? I heard they get up to 40, but 60. Thank you, Carol. I think Christina and Jams are out for the night. poor things, they're going through so much. I don't know if you guys are up to date on it, but like Christina's little boy, I can't even imagine. Christina has a GoFundMe that's still going, and so does Jam Jam. If you guys want the links, email me and we'll send it over. They're going through a lot, and it means a lot to them. No, they really are. They really are. I mean, Jam Jam got hit like all three sides. She's really sick. Her husband's sick. Her son is. I mean, it breaks my heart. Thanks, Joanne. You know, the Zone thing, we have a lot of content. So for someone who like finds this channel for the first time, I wonder how long it would take to get through all of it. I think that's like the most exciting thing, to find a series like on Netflix or HBO that you realize, oh my God, I am going to love this. And there's like enough content to last you like nights worth of binge watching and eating. Like, what's a better find than that? Or like a new YouTube channel. I don't know if you guys, I could share a few YouTube channels that I love. Are you guys familiar? Because you can thank me later. But the YouTube channels that I think are really good. Okay. Do you know True Crime Loser? I'm a big fan of True Crime Loser, Shamita. I think he's just one of the best storytellers. Matt Orchard. Do you guys know Matt Orchard? One of like, wow. So, I think, talented and funny. Matt Orchard. I like Dave's Lemonade. I think he's really talented as well. And Dreading is good. Some of his stuff is like a little, but he's talented. Dreading's talented. He does some good stuff. Who else? Who else am I missing? Matt Orchard is I don't know. It's so, I don't know why he doesn't have more subscribers. There's some of these YouTubers that are just. So that chapter, I do have a Old Squishy Gardener. Yes, I like Old Squishy, and that chapter, sorry, he got me through COVID. Like when COVID was going on, that's when I first started getting into YouTube. I wasn't really into YouTube, and I found him, and I was like, wow, this is good. And I binge watched him, but I don't get as excited for his content anymore. I don't know if I've outgrown him, or if watching the parole hearings parole hearings are so raw, and that that chapter does find the way, I think, to pull content that others haven't, and he goes in the weeds. But I did fall in love with. I listened to him today actually, but. Just Thought Lounge. So I did watch Just Thought Lounge, but I also kind of grew out of Just Thought Lounge. I don't know why, but it is good. I'm subscribed to them and I watch them. Of course, Bryden's channel. You're right, Infinity Odd. Bryden is the man. Bryden is the man. And of course, Biggin is the man. But I do like that chapter. He's funny. His funny accent. He's got a great sense of humor. He says anything with tree. yeah, where's Elizabeth? Wicked World and 10 to Life. I don't know that channel. Check it out. Good taste. Thank you. All right. I'm going to go now. 9:25 at night. Thank you so much. I love you very much. I will not do a live tomorrow. I'm probably not going to do a live for a while now. So this was, this is going to be it for probably a while, but we will be doing premieres at the regular time. So I'll see you in the live chat. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, CWG Mama. Take care. Have a good night. And with that, I'll let you go.